Yeah, I think we had a great game plan from the coaches, and I think they put us in position to take those shots down the field. And it all starts up front with the offensive line. They did a great job protecting, and receivers made some great plays down the field. So I think it all clicked. But we're not where we want to be as an offense yet. We're still growing and developing each and every day.
I think you see the upsets around college football, and our practices every day are intense. We're playing against the best defense in the country, and I think the competition out there is just so intense that it brings out the competitive spirit in everyone. The juice and everything. The coaches harp on us. That like Coach Day said, once what did he say? Once you think you got it, you're about to get it. So I think you really you don't want to say I've got it. You want to keep developing and getting better.
Football in certain situations, and I think I'm still developing in a lot of areas. But I think I think the growth from the past month has been good. But we're still getting better.
Yeah, he coaches the position really well. In practice, he's very tough on us, and he wants to bring the best out of us. So Tuesday, Wednesday, it's definitely very intense for the quarterback, and it makes your job a little bit easier on Saturdays because you have that pressure. And Tuesday and Wednesday, you're playing the game throughout the week. You're visualizing the game, you're playing the game, you're visualizing, playing against the best defense in the country. I mean, you've got Caleb down and Sonny Styles and Coach Patricia over there. So I think I think the competition in practice and the intensity that Coach Day brings is what helps the quarterback.
Yeah, I think we focus a lot on it as a quarterback room and as an offense. Coach Day, we've talked about it a lot throughout the summer and throughout the spring. We practice those a lot, and we kind of have a marker where we're going to leave it. And the receivers do a great job of kind of holding their line and then making the play. And the offensive line does a great job blocking. So I think it's all a collection of just the work we put in in the off season and the summer.
In terms of just where the ball's going and who's catching it.
Yeah, I think each every week just getting more comfortable as an offense, as a group, and then just individually, and just seeing things and processing it, and seeing my guys kind of make that break and anticipating.
It'll take day today.
Yeah, I mean the plays got designed up, and he was making some great plays, and the offensive line did a great job. Jeremiah had some great catches in that touchdown catch, two catches actually, 2 touchdowns. So I think it was just a collection of a lot of good things from the offense, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it was awesome. The first one down to Carnell, we kind of backed up through the go ball, and I think it landed kind of like on the 30-yard line or something. We had a pressure from the backside, and the running back made a nice adjustment because we were in a play fake, and he ended up picking up the backside safety on the pressure. And I think it was just awesome to see that kind of happening, and then Carnell making a great catch, the offensive line blocking well, and I think it was just awesome to kind of see it all come together in that moment.
All right, Julian.